everyone, Kristina Werner here. Welcome to another card video for SimonsTheStamp.com. Today I'm going to be showing you this fun stamp set that's included in the June 2018 card kit. And I'm also going to be using the pattern papers from the kit. So these papers from ModaScrap are just beautiful, and I couldn't resist using them with the stamp set. So I'm going to do a little bit of paper piecing today. I was looking through the Instagram hashtag for the Simon Says Stamp card kits, which is SSSCK. I'll have that on the screen if you want to check it out. But this is the hashtag you can use over at Instagram when you want to see people's examples using different card kits from Simon. And I was looking through all of those examples, and I didn't really see anyone using the stamp set and the papers quite in this way. So I hope this is a unique approach for you guys and gives you some additional inspiration for your card kit. So I've taken the really large stamp and I've stamped it in some black ink. I'm using VersaFine ONYX black onto one of the pattern papers. I'm going to take another pattern paper and I'm going to take the individual flowers from the stamp set and position them in different color areas on the pattern paper. I want to have a variation of color when my card is all pieced together, and so I wanted to have these flowers stamped in different areas. So one flower is going to be more pink and purple, one will be more blue and green, and then another will be more the transition between the pink and the blue. So I'm taking some very sharp scissors right now, and I'm trimming out each of these flowers, or fussy cutting, as some would say. I'm fussy cutting these out by following the outline of each flower. So you'll notice as I'm cutting these out that I'm holding my scissors fairly still, and I'm using my other hand to rotate the flower as I cut it. That just helps me get a little bit of a smoother line when I'm cutting out intricate shapes like this. So I have all three flowers cut out now, and this is the very rough idea of my card. At this point, I thought it would be fun to bring in some shading on the flowers. So I'm going to use the PASTEL set of dual brush pens from Tombow. I thought these colors really worked well with the pattern paper. So I decided to bring in some color just to darken up some of these areas on the flowers. You'll notice I'm adding some shading to the areas on the flowers that have those detail lines, or if they are like where a fold of the flower is, I'm adding some shading right underneath the fold. And for these other two flowers, I'm going to be using the purple shade for all of the shading. On that pink flower, I did use a little bit of pink and also a blender pen just to soften the edge. But for these other flowers, all it really needed was that purple shade, just to give it a little bit more depth on all of those areas where the lines are. I brought in the yellow marker for the centers of the flowers and also the little dots, or what are they called, the stamen, coming out. For the leaves on the stamped piece, I took the green marker from the set and I scribbled it out onto some plastic. This is actually the back of the stamp set, and I just scribbled that out, and then I was able to pick it up with the blender marker, or this is the clear marker that's included in the set. And I just picked it up and brought it over, and it gives it a little bit more of a watercolor washed look. And I thought that went really well with the flowers. So I'm going to use that for the green shade and also the gold shade, just to add a little bit of that gold to each of these leaves. And since I added gold to the flowers, I thought that really complemented the entire image area. To clean off the back of the stamp set, I just used a baby wipe, and it wipes right off. It comes out very clean. So as far as finishing off the flowers, there was this one closed flower bud over on the side, so I added a little bit of that pink marker and kind of blended it out with that clear blender marker. So now I'm going to stamp the sentiment for my card, and unfortunately I did not realize my camera was not zoomed out, so you're getting an up close and personal view of stamping this happy birthday greeting from that same stamp set. And I just stamped that in some Versamark ink, and then I used some gold embossing powder and coated that greeting area. This is actually some gilded embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. I used a heat tool to heat set that until it was smooth and melted. And then I cut down my card base. I'm using the white cardstock that's included in the June 2018 card kit, and I just trimmed that down to 4 1/4 so that I could create a side folding landscape card. Squared that up 5 1/2, and then I put some adhesive on the back of my large stamped piece. Put that right in the center. And now I'm going to take some thin 3D foam squares from scrapbook adhesives and put them on the back of the flowers. I'm going to have these flowers popped up from the surface of the card a little bit just to give it some additional dimension. And I put down the 2 side flowers first because in the original stamped image that larger flower is in the center. And I'm going to put that right over the center. I'm almost done, but I thought it just needed a little bit more detail to finish off the edge. So I took a black pen. This is a Pilot envelope addressing pen, but you could use any pen for this since it doesn't necessarily need to be waterproof or anything like that. And I just took a ruler and drew a very thin line around the edge. And that finishes the card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this really fun, different idea for the stamp set and the papers in the card kit. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in another card video.